Today we're going to be making paper lanterns for Chinese New Year's. The first thing that you're going to need for this craft is a piece of paper that is 10 inches by 6 inches. You can use cardstock, construction paper, whatever you have. I have a piece of construction paper here that I've chosen to stamp on one side. I'm also, in that same color, want some paper for my handle that is 8 inches by 1 inch. Optionally, you can have some decorative pieces that go on the top and the bottom of your lantern, and if you choose to include those, then those should be 9 inches long by a 1/2 inch wide. The other supplies that you're going to need are a ruler, a pencil, and double stick tape that is skinny. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to fold our paper in half like this. If you have a pattern on one side of your paper like I do, we're going to fold it down so that the pattern side is on the inside. Once you've folded your paper over, you want to make sure that the part that is folded over is on the bottom, just like that. So this part with the fold is on the bottom. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take your ruler, and on both sides here, you're going to measure 2 centimeters from the top of the paper and add a little mark with your pencil. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side, 2 centimeters down from the top of the paper. Next, you're going to lay your ruler, lining it up with both of those dots, and then very lightly with your pencil, drawing a straight line across to connect those dots. Next, you're going to line up your ruler so that the side with the inches is straight across your line that you just drew. Now, your piece of paper is 10 inches long, so you want to line it up so that one side of the paper is at the 0 and the other side of the paper is at the 10. Now, what I want you to do is to draw a small line or a dot at each 1 inch mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're going to move your ruler now to the very bottom of the piece of paper. Again, lining up one side at the 10 mark, one side at the 0. Trying to get it as precise as possible. And you're going to do the same thing. Make a mark at each inch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you'll have a total of 9 marks up here and 9 marks down here. Now you're going to draw a line from each mark that you drew to the one on the bottom, connecting the top and the bottom marks. Now your paper should look something like this. For this next step, you want to take a pair of scissors and you're going to cut along those lines that you just drew, but you're going to stop at the top line. You're not going to cut any further than that. Next, what you want to do is you want to unfold it and then crease your paper in the other direction. So my paper was folded like this. Now I'm going to fold it the other way, making sure to line up both sides precisely, and then creasing each of my loops as much as I can. If you have a pattern side to your paper, your pattern side should now be facing out. Next, you're going to open up your paper And on either the right side or the left side, it doesn't matter, just one side, you're going to add double stick tape all the way down that one side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open it up and curl the other side to fit on top of the side that you put double stick tape on, lining up the top and the bottom. And this part can go directly over the part that you taped, completely covering up the entire piece of tape. So now you have something that is resembling a lantern. You can kind of push the top of it down and crease those edges even more. Next, we're going to add our decorative pieces to the top and bottom of our lantern. Again, my pieces are 9 inches by 1/2 inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over to the back side, and I'm going to add double stick tape pretty much all across the strip of paper. The entire piece doesn't need to be covered in double stick tape, but you definitely want enough of it, and you certainly want double stick tape covering both ends of the piece. I'm going to put double stick tape on my second piece as well. And then when placing these, I usually look for where the two edges of my lantern were joined, and I usually just put it right over that to kind of help keep those in place. And then I'm going to just move across the lantern, pressing down gently until I've covered the entire strip around. And then I'm going to do the same on the bottom. Again, finding where the two pieces have joined, using my decorative piece to cover that up, and moving all around the lantern. The last thing that we need to do for our lantern is add our handle. This is a great time to add your name to the middle of the handle. On that same side, you're going to use your double stick tape and add a small piece on both sides. Then place your handle inside your lantern, making sure that the entire piece with the double stick tape is covered up. And that's it. You are done.